The views and opinions expressed on any program are those of the producers and/or the persons appearing on the program and do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of FRC Media, Bristol Community College, or the City of Fall River.
Thank you for joining us on this Wednesday here at FRC Media. And on Wednesdays, we spend some time with the Mayor of the City of Fall River, Mayor Paul Coogan, who joins us from Government Center. Mayor, how are you this week?
Doing okay, Keith. How about you?
Good. I actually want to start with the fire over the weekend on Saturday, a 3-alarm fire at the former Silvia School. The city had recently just taken repossession of that property and looking to sell it and have it redeveloped. What do you know? Do you know anything about, the cause of the fire as of this time? And I guess what's going to be next for that building?
Obviously, something happened that was probably man-made. There was no power to the building at all. There was no gas in the building at all. So it started in the core of the building. So I'm wondering, it had to be some individual in there getting warm, lighting a cigarette, horsing around. The fire department obviously did a great job, and now they're doing a great job with the investigation to find out what happened. They don't have it wrapped up yet, but they're obviously they've been in there a number of times since the fire, and they're trying to get an answer. It's an abandoned building. We were going to have to knock it down anyway. I don't know. Someone like I said was in there. They said one day they found some teenagers in there running around. So I'm glad. It's secured right now, but the faster we get that building down, the better the city's going to be.
Now, what's the process of that to happen?
We got 4 or 5 demolition companies that Glenn Hathaway, the building inspector, is working with. We'll get prices. We'll work with our insurance company to see if there's any coverage. We'll coordinate with police, fire, obviously DCM, what we can do to make sure that goes as smoothly as possible. But I don't want anything falling into the road. Even the building that really kind of got out of it unscathed has some bricks falling off the front of the facade there, which is going to be similar to what we had on South Main Street. Someone gets hit, it's going to be a tragedy. So we got to get those buildings down as fast as we can. And I met with Glenn Hathaway this morning, and we're moving as quick as we can on trying to find a plan forward for that site.
And I know there was a discussion in terms of demolishing the old police station. That's sort of on the docket as well. Is there any way that you can do a buy one get one type deal with the demolition of those 2 properties?
Yeah,
can you work, I guess, in conjunction?
Yeah, I think that would be the best of both worlds if we get people here at the same time. Take a look at the other site, because that's going to be another challenge. Again, these eyesores have been on the. People have had their eyes on these for a long time about getting them down, because they are just something that we don't need in the city. I mean, right on Bedford Street, we got that police station decaying. Someone was here the other day, we were talking about it. They wanted to go in and see it. I said, you can't even go to the 3rd floor in the building because the floors are starting to collapse. I said, I don't know how you're going to go in there. And again, what happened at Silvia School with the fire department, their well-coordinated efforts, they pulled those guys out. They were in that building trying to fight the fire, and that roof collapsed. We could have had a real tragedy here, but through their skills and their planning and their training, they were able to contain the fire from other buildings, and did a great job for the city. And that's why they're firemen, to make sure people are safe and property safe. And the same thing's going to happen at the police station if we're not careful. But these buildings are also contaminated, so there's a whole other set of activities that have to go on in relation to taking them down than if it was just you and I, Keith, knocking down an old house or something that had nothing in it. It's a little more work than that.
Yeah. Shifting gears now, late last week, City Administrator Seth Aitken resigned after working for the city for a couple of years. There were talks about an unofficial investigation that went on and his ties to a potential other business aspect outside of city government. What can you tell us, Mayor?
That's kind of it in a nutshell. Our corporation counsel looked at the documents, and there was obviously, whenever you get involved with a private sector company, you, me, everybody here, there are ethics forms you have to fill out so people know what's going on. For whatever reason, Seth didn't fill some of those out. It was not a good look, and in the interest of keeping the city moving forward without bogging everything down, he decided to resign. Did a nice job for the city. I wish him well, whatever it is. He's a capable lawyer. I'm sure he's going to, land on his feet. So, I mean, we keep moving forward, but it was like kind of a tough week between, our CFO left on Friday and he was going the following Friday, and things are rolling along. But at the same time, we got a lot of good things going on in this city, and I'm not going to get down on it. I mean, people make mistakes, regroup, go forward. That's it.
And I guess the next question is, what's the status in filling, both the city administrator's position and the CFO position?
Well, the CFO, we were fortunate enough that we brought somebody in-house last year, Emily Opke. She's going to go in as interim right now. She's already been working on the budget with all the department heads. She's been transitioning in, so we had a little bit of notice on Bridget. As far as the city administrator, it's Wednesday. It's 3 days later. Been kicking around ideas with the crew up here, but we haven't settled on what the plan is going forward. I mean, obviously, I notified all the councilors. I let them know what we were doing, and they're very, very understanding, and they're willing to do whatever they can, obviously, to support the city. So we'll come up with a plan and go forward.
So as of right now, who's overtaking Seth Aitken's duties as of right now?
It's kind of being spread all around. I mean, obviously, I said Emily, the finance girl. We have Alan. We have our department heads that are competent. We're going to be setting up a meeting with all the department heads. I've been trying to get it in probably tomorrow or Friday so we can talk about their needs and their concerns. We obviously, Seth left us a list with all the projects and things he was working on. We divided those up amongst different department heads and a chief of staff and myself, and we took an active role in all those things that he was trying to accomplish to make the city a better place to live. And like I said, we'll keep going forward right now. I don't know how this is going to end up. If I did, I'd probably be at a crystal ball factory giving people predictions. But right now, we're trying to stabilize city government and keep the city going.
All right. And finally, this week, this coming Tuesday next, you'll be speaking before a joint meeting of the City Council and School Committee for your annual State of the City address. What can people expect to hear?
Well, they're going to hear something upbeat because, a lot of good things going on in the city of Fall River. I look at what's going on in education and public safety, and with our trains coming this month. With 79, I mean, now you can start to see the outline of the different parcels of land and what we're going to do down there. We're already got some good events planned at the City Pier this summer, so we're going to be talking about the positives in Fall River. We'll leave the negativity to others. Obviously, I'm not blind. I know the strengths and the weaknesses of the city. It's our job to lift up the weaknesses and our job to promote the strengths, and we're going to do a little bit of both in that speech.
All right, Mayor, as always, thank you. We will, I'm sure, recap the speech when we meet next week. I appreciate your time.
Thank you very much, Keith. I'll talk to you guys later.
All right. And thank you for joining us here in FRC Media. Have a great rest of your week.